Hi, Stonebridge. It's good to see all of you today. And I found this in my son's room. I was thinking about maybe wearing it out to Harris Teeter later today to see what people do. I'll let you know how that goes. But I do want to talk today about masks, and not that mask, but this one. Just to talk about this, actually, is kind of a devotional concept. It's funny that this has become such a controversial thing. And I hope that when we do wear one of these, that maybe our mindset is that it's born out of wisdom, and that it's born out of what so much of this is born out of, which is a love for one another. It's born out of the knowledge that I don't know if I'm carrying something that might be a danger to someone else. And so out of love and an abundance of caution, I'm going to wear this as a deference and a love for people that I come in contact with. But what's funny to me is that wearing masks in church has become such a controversial thing. And the reason that's funny to me is because, guys, can we be honest? We've been wearing masks in church for thousands of years. Not the good kind of mask that's born out of wisdom and born out of a love for another person, but the self-serving mask, the self-protecting mask. We wear a mask every time that we show up at church and we say, "I'm fine." We wear a mask every time that we argue the whole way to church, but boy, when we get out of the car, we make it look like we've got it all together. We wear a mask every time that we aren't honest with the fact that maybe we're struggling, maybe we're fearful, maybe we're angry about something, maybe we're concerned about something, and we don't want to share it. And so we put on this aura, we wear this mask, and we try and communicate to the people around us, even our church family, that we've got it all together because we think that that's what Christianity is all about. When we do that, guys, we're in really good company because the Bible is full of mask wearing. When we see Adam and Eve in the garden and their fall from grace, and we realize we see that they realize that they were naked and they're ashamed of that. We see God walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and he comes up to Adam hiding in a bush, and he says, "Where are you, Adam?" And Adam says, "I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea." Now, God knew where Adam was, but Adam felt in that moment that he needed to hide because he realized that God is light, and God dwells in unapproachable light, and in our sin, we just feel like we need to hide. If you fast forward through the whole Bible, you'll see a whole lot of mask wearing, a whole lot of diversion, a whole lot of pretending that we've got it all together, and a whole lot of fleeing from God. In fact, I think that the story of the Bible, from the beginning to the end, is a story of us moving further and further away from that unapproachable light, moving further and further away from God because we can't dwell in his presence with our sin. And so as God continues to press in closer and closer, you see his people backing further and further away. I think my favorite example of that is probably when Jesus shows up in Peter's boat. Because in that moment when he says, "Cast on the other side of the boat," and Peter pulls in this miraculous haul of fish, we see that Peter immediately understands that the person in this boat is not just a mere rabbi. The person in this boat demands his attention, demands his allegiance. And what does he do in that moment? He says, "Go away from me, Lord, because I am a sinful man." He hides. He says, "Lord, it would be better if you removed yourself from me because I don't deserve to be in your presence." Now, for all of the hiding that we do, isn't it a beautiful thing to see a God who continues to press in closer and closer? We can't hide from him. You can't hide from God. And that would be a scary thing if God were an oppressive dictator, if God was Big Brother, if God was a conniving schemer who was set on your demise and your harm. To know that that person is someone that you can't hide from, that's a bad movie. But to know that you can't hide from one who is, among other things, a good father, one who is love, one who isn't just loving or love-like or characterized by love, but one that 1 John 4:8 says is love. Like, to know that good, loving Father is one that you can't hide from. If we allow it to be, there's a freedom in that. And if there's a freedom in being honest with God about our sin and knowing that we're accepted regardless because Christ stands in our place, then there's also a wonderful freedom for us to be honest with each other. That we don't have to wear masks, the bad kind of masks, around each other, because we know that the reason we're in church is not because it's a country club for saints, it's because it's a hospital for sinners. It's a place where we're broken and we can admit our brokenness and we can come to the Lord and come to each other and say, this is why I need Jesus. This is why I need his help. So folks, this week, I hope that you'll wear the good kind of mask. But as you do it, I hope that maybe even as you put these masks on this week, that it might be a reminder. Maybe you would actually use this as a living illustration as you put this on to say, but Lord, I don't wear masks with you. With you, I can be honest. And because I can be honest with you, now I can be more and more honest with your people. I don't have to pretend that I have it all together. Let's avoid those kind of masks. And let's remember that even as we put on these kind of masks. So hope you guys have a good week. I'm going to Harris Teeter, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.